Mario and Luigi Paper Jam is like a fanboy's dream, combining the two great Mario RPG series into one incredible, joyous adventure. Luigi accidentally knocks a book off a shelf, and that book leads to the Paper Universe. Everything from the Paper Universe spreads out across the Mushroom Kingdom, and there we have our story. Bowser and Paper Bowser reluctantly team up to stop the Marios and Luigi. This raises some interesting questions. Does the Paper Universe hold a book to a different universe where everyone hangs out at parties and plays sports? Who knows? All we do know is in each universe Mario is a dick. But hey, that's just a theory. Again! The story of this game doesn't fully do what I hoped it would. You never go inside the book and there aren't really any references to side characters from the Paper Mario series, which I'll admit was a bit disappointing. But at the same time, I don't really care. The interactions between the paper counterparts are fantastic. Bowser and Paper Bowser bicker, Bowser Jr. and Paper Bowser Jr. finally have a friend in each other, Kamek and Paper Kamek thinks the other is ugly, Peach and Paper Peach talk about how they want to change their look but others won't allow it, and how they hate constantly screaming for Mario, which is hilarious. And Mario and Paper Mario, as you'd expect, get along really well and team up to stop the Bowsers. The gameplay is as solid as it's always been, but with many new additions. Paper Mario's contribution means enemy attacks are much more ranged and do a lot more damage due to there being 3 of you attacking, but this is remedied in the best way possible. On top of Paper Mario's health, he can summon multiple paper forms, which act as a sort of shield. If he gets hit, he loses a paper form and won't take damage until there's only him left. He can also do a flutter jump during battle, but his paper forms can attack too. If he does a jump, it can be up to a 6 combo jump instead of just 2 hits, so you can really pile on the damage. As well as the returning Bros attacks, Paper Mario brings in additional trio attacks, each being pretty varied and doing different amounts of damage depending on the enemy. The enemies in this game really do take you by surprise in the best way possible. If you encounter a Goomba and a Paper Goomba in the same battle, you may know the strategy of the Goomba, but the Paper Goomba on the other hand will be a whole different story. And that's what I love about them. The paper counterparts have completely different attacks and different timing due to what they are. So you have to learn different attacks for similar looking enemies, and it's fantastic. It's a great way to keep the battles feeling fresh. And let's not forget the boss fights. The boss fights are incredible. Each boss feels unique and some can be incredibly challenging as you face an enemy and its paper counterpart at the same time. Double the destruction, but double the fun as it stays consistently challenging in a fair way. Again, I was slightly disappointed we didn't see a cameo from the Paper Mario universe, maybe an older villain returning briefly, but it's not something to complain about because I feel like this is just the beginning, a test to see whether this idea works or not. But don't just think because we've got a new friend that the battles are the only place this game shines, because that's simply not true. The world is truly gorgeous. Coupled with Yoko Shimomura's stellar soundtrack, it makes the environments you travel to feel like a truly stunning place, especially when the paper locations clash with the real world. And even though the world itself is vast, it doesn't take a huge amount of time to travel when you need to backtrack. Pipes linking throughout the world will help with that, and the ability to run faster is definitely appreciated. Paper Mario helps out here too with his new abilities. Mario's hammer may be helpful, but Paper Mario can take down large blocks throughout the Mushroom Kingdom, as well as grab poles to traverse large gaps, not to mention many other tricks hidden up his 2-dimensional sleeve. They certainly went all out to ensure Paper Mario's useful contribution, and it really shows. He's an incredibly helpful and creative addition to the team, and more crossovers like this would be incredible. Now don't go thinking that Paper Mario is the only new addition. Instead of the giant Luigi battles from Dream Team, we have a new, and in my opinion much more interesting and fun, Papercraft battles. You control a giant paper character, carried by Toads, and you attack enemy papercrafts such as King Goomba or Kamek and many others. You have a certain amount of energy to attack, which you need to charge up with a mini rhythm game. Each papercraft has a different ability depending on what papercraft character you're playing as. For example, Peach hovers towards her enemy before ground pounding. It's a really fun game which brings a nice change of pace when they're brought in every so often. The same goes for the various minigames scattered throughout the game. To make the papercraft models, Toadette needs paper toads to help build them, and you find them in a variety of minigames. Some are more enjoyable than others, but they're all a fun challenge, and their hard mode counterparts will definitely cause you to retry until you're finally victorious. Finally, I want to talk about the battle cards. Around a quarter of the way through the game, you receive battle cards. You attack enemies, and then you'll receive star points, and you use the cards when you want to if you have enough star points. You build up a deck of 10 cards which have various abilities, such as damaging all enemies by a certain amount, or healing you, or giving you more experience, which I highly recommend using on bosses. But they're extremely helpful and do bring about a significant amount of strategy in terms of building an advantage. Much like the various perks you can choose to gain from ranking up through levels, every person's playstyle is considered, and you can build up a deck that works for you. Overall, this was a fantastic idea that I'd like to see attempted again in the future, and I thought that the game delivered in pretty much every way possible, even if cameos weren't a huge part of this specific entry to the series. I'm giving Mario & Luigi Paper Jam 9.4 out of 10. Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching the review of Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. Oh, it's such a good game, I love it, I really love it. It is. Oh man, I had a blast playing it. My Let's Play will be on December 4th for a couple of days. Going to be uploading non-stop. Same goes for stuff like every boss battle, the ending, secret boss. Videos like that will be uploaded the second it hits midnight. So if you want to avoid spoilers and stuff, basically use your peripheral vision. Do not look directly at it in any way, shape or form. Because I'll probably have like, oh look, here's an image of a boss, and here's an image of a thing, so just avoid it. But yeah, no, hope you enjoyed the review. You know, as always, if you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thank you very much for watching, bye bye.